Hello, this is Moira Hair. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing the weave installation on my client. She's got 4 bundles of this curly hair. Got 22 inches, 20 inches, 18 inches and 16 inches. I'm going to be using the longest ones at the back and use the shorter one at the top just to give it a nice gradual layers so that we don't have any reason to trim the hair. I'm going to use the 4 bundles, all of the 4 bundles on this hairstyle today because we really need volume for this hair. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please don't forget to leave your comment in the comment section, like, subscribe, and if you have any question, advice, or tip, leave it in the comment section. Thanks. So I start off the back of the weave with double layers. I do this because I don't want it to be too heavy at the bottom, because I find that when it's too heavy at the bottom, a lot of clients find that uncomfortable when they need to hold their hair into ponytail. I always tend to start with double, and because I've got 4 bundles of hair to install today, when I get to the middle of the sewing on the track, I tend to just add more, maybe fold into 4 or so, just to give it that volume in the middle, and then I go back to double, and then I finish up with single at the top. This part of the sewing is very crucial. You want to make sure that you sew the extensions as close to each other as possible. Do not sew on top of each other. Sewing on top of each other makes it look bulky and it just makes it look so unnatural. If you sew them close to each other without overlaying them, it gives that flat finish, and also it means that you can fit in as much hair as possible, especially if the client insist on having all of the extensions on their head. You want to sew them as close to each other as possible, retaining that flat look, but then also having that bouncy volume that you need, especially with curly hair like this. I usually will stop double at this point of the sewing. Again, my client wants volume, so I am still doubling the hair until I get to the last two stitching, then I go single. If the client doesn't really want a lot of volume at this point of the sewing, you really want to stick to a single sewing. That's all the stitching done, and now what I'm trying to do here is trying to blend a natural hair to the extensions. One of the easiest thing you can do is, because it's curly hair and because of the texture of the curls, just you spray the client's hair with water. That's what I do, and I get some curly product, not too much, a little bit of that, onto our natural hair. Comb that hair out to bring out the natural curl pattern of the client's hair, or if they have any at all. And then what you do is that you twist few strands of a natural hair into the extensions like I'm doing now, and that just makes it look very, very realistic, and it should just look as if the hair is growing from the client's scalp. Just to let you know, this method does not work on all hair types. You just have to figure out what hair you're working with and just use your discretion, really. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon. This is Moira Hair. Thanks for watching. Bye.